All right, get ready to dive deep, like really deep, into the fascinating world of fungi.
Specifically, those intricate networks that are thriving beneath the forest floor.
I am so ready for this. When I hear fungi, I admit I picture mushrooms.
I understand, yeah.
But those familiar caps, those are just the tip of the iceberg, right?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about a universe of diversity, a hidden kingdom.
Whoa, a hidden kingdom. Okay, I'm intrigued. And where do we find this hidden kingdom?
Well, just think. Forests cover nearly a third of the Earth's land surface.
That's a lot.
And they're home to an incredible variety of these fungal forms, most of which we never even see.
Okay, so let's dive into this hidden kingdom then. What kind of fungal players are we talking about in these forest ecosystems?
Well, you got your decomposers, the master recyclers, breaking down all that fallen wood and leaf litter.
Right, so it's not just decay, it's a cycle of renewal.
Exactly.
It reminds me of that milpa system used by the Maya people,
Oh, interesting.
where trees, crops, and fungi all coexist in this beautifully balanced agricultural system.
That's a fantastic connection. It's a prime example of how we can learn from indigenous knowledge to create more sustainable practices.
So it's like the corn stalks, they provide support for the beans to climb, right?
Right.
And then those beans fix nitrogen into the soil,
And then
and the squash vines, they create a natural ground cover to suppress weeds.
exactly. It's a beautiful system, yeah.
Yeah. And the fungi, they're like the unsung heroes working beneath the surface, decomposing that organic matter and feeding the entire system.
And, this ancient wisdom really mirrors a lot of the principles of modern permaculture,
Oh, that's interesting.
which we'll touch on later.
Awesome. I can't wait. And speaking of connections, we can't forget the famous mycorrhizal fungi, those intricate networks that link tree roots together, often referred to as the wood wide web.
Yeah, that's right.
And Dr. Suzanne Simard's research has been groundbreaking in revealing the secrets of this wood wide web. But what's even more fascinating to me is that mycorrhiza, those are just one type of symbiotic relationship that fungi form. There's a whole world of other partnerships.
For the whole world, yeah.
I want to know about all of it. I'm ready. Tell me.
All right, let's talk about endophytes, for instance.
Endophytes, okay.
These are fungi that live inside plants, actually offering them protection from various threats.
So they're not just sharing resources.
No.
They're actively defending their plant hosts.
Right. Think of them as like tiny bodyguards,
Tiny bodyguards, I like it.
residing within the plant's tissues, constantly on the lookout for danger.
So it's like a constant exchange of benefits.
Right, yeah.
What other partnerships are we talking about here?
Well, we can't forget about lichens.
Oh, lichens, okay.
You see those fascinating colorful patches on rocks and trees?
Yes.
That's actually a collaboration between a fungus and either algae or cyanobacteria.
Wait, so those are actually two organisms living together as one.
That's right, as one.
That is amazing. What's the secret to their success? How can they thrive in such harsh environments?
It's all about teamwork. So the fungus provides the structure, the protection.
Yeah.
It acts like a tiny scaffold.
Okay.
And then the algae or cyanobacteria, they carry out photosynthesis, which provides the food.
So they each bring something unique to the table.
Exactly.
And together, they can conquer some of the most extreme environments on Earth.
That is amazing. I mean, from scorching deserts to frigid tundra, they're like the ultimate power couple of the natural world.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
This makes me wonder, what role do fungi play in shaping entire forest ecosystems? Are they just passive residents, or are they actively driving change and adaptation?
Oh, they are far from passive. They're powerful agents of change, constantly influencing how forests evolve and adapt over time.
Ooh, that's what I was hoping to hear.
Yeah.
Let's delve into that. How do they orchestrate these changes? Well, one of the key processes they influence is ecological succession.
Ecological succession, okay.
So just imagine a forest after a wildfire.
Okay.
It's fungi that are the first responders, rapidly colonizing that charred landscape. They're incredibly adaptable, able to tolerate those harsh post-fire conditions.
So they're like the pioneers of a new forest.
Precisely. They set the stage for other life forms to return.
Okay, so their resilience is pretty remarkable.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, think about the fungi that are surviving in the radioactive Chernobyl exclusion zone, right?
Yeah.
That speaks volumes about their ability to withstand, like, even the most extreme challenges.
Yeah, they can handle a lot.
It makes you wonder what else they can handle, right?
Right, and that tolerance for harsh conditions is exactly what makes them so valuable for something like microremediation.
Microremediation, okay.
Where we can use fungi to clean up polluted environments.
Okay.
For example, certain species like oyster mushrooms. They've shown incredible promise in cleaning up oil spills.
Like, they're cleaning up our messes. That's incredible. So how else are we tapping into these amazing fungal networks? I mean, beyond cleaning up our environmental mishaps.
Well, we're just beginning to explore the vast potential of fungi.
Yeah.
But one area that's generating a lot of excitement is sustainable agriculture.
Okay. Sustainable agriculture. Tell me more. How can fungi help us grow food in a more environmentally friendly way?
Well, just imagine a world where we rely less on synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, right?
Yeah,
Fungi can play a key role in this transition.
I'm listening.
So mycorrhizal fungi, for instance, they act like natural biofertilizers, helping plants access nutrients more efficiently.
So they're like a natural boost for plant growth.
Exactly.
And it works in harmony with the environment. It sounds almost too good to be true.
It does, but it's real. It gets even better.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Some fungi, they actually act as biopesticides,
Oh, okay.
offering natural protection for crops against those pesky insects.
So again, it's about working with nature, not against it.
Absolutely.
This reminds me of regenerative and permaculture farming, where the goal is to mimic natural ecosystems and create these closed-loop systems. So how do fungi fit into this picture?
They're essential components. So regenerative farming, it emphasizes soil health, right?
Right.
And fungi, they're the key players in building that rich, fertile soil.
Okay.
They create this complex web of life beneath the surface, breaking down that organic matter, cycling nutrients, improving the soil structure. It's all about creating a thriving ecosystem beneath our feet.
So if someone wants to bring these amazing fungi to their own garden or farm, what can they do?
Well, there are actually so many practical ways to integrate them. One technique is building hugelkultur beds.
Hugelkultur beds.
Because this involves burying wood that's been inoculated with fungi to create long-lasting fertility. So it's kind of like building a slow-release fertilizer.
I like that.
That also improves soil structure.
Yeah, mimicking nature's processes. Brilliant.
It is. It's really cool. Another approach is using fungal compost teas.
Okay, fungal compost teas.
These are liquid solutions that are packed with beneficial fungi that you can apply directly to the soil. It gives it that boost of microbial life.
It's like giving your soil a probiotic boost, but for plants.
That's right. Exactly.
I love it. And beyond those more active techniques, simply promoting mycorrhizal networks by planting a diverse mix of plants, that can also have a huge impact, right?
It does, a huge impact, because a diverse plant community translates to a diverse fungal community,
Right.
which then leads to that healthier, more resilient soil that we're all aiming for.
This makes me think about the Ojibwe people and their Manuman wild rice harvesting practices.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
They have this deep understanding of the interconnectedness of nature, and their practices really reflect that respect for the ecosystem.
Yeah, it's a great example of how indigenous knowledge can really inform sustainable practices.
It's a powerful reminder that we can learn so much from these cultures about living in harmony with nature. I'm so captivated by all these symbiotic relationships that we've been discussing, especially those beyond the well-known mycorrhiza.
It is fascinating, yeah.
So let's dive deeper into those, shall we?
Let's do it.
Those fascinating partnerships.
Okay, so let's start by revisiting those endophytes, those incredible fungal partners that reside within plant tissues. Remember those tiny bodyguards we were talking about?
Yes, the tiny bodyguards, always on patrol.
All right, always on patrol.
The idea that a fungus is living inside a plant,
Yeah.
offering constant protection, is just so cool.
Yeah.
Tell me more about how this relationship works.
So endophytes, they live within those plant tissues.
Okay.
The leaves, the stems, even sometimes the roots, but without causing any harm to their host. They've co-evolved with plants over millions of years,
Wow.
developing this intricate web of interactions.
So they're not just passively hanging out inside the plant. They're actively contributing to its well-being.
That's right, yeah.
How so?
Well, endophytes, they provide a range of benefits, from boosting the plant's resistance to stress to improving its nutrient uptake and even enhancing its defenses against those pests and diseases.
Amazing.
Yeah, they produce this whole arsenal of compounds that can deter hungry herbivores or even combat harmful pathogens.
So the plant has its own personal pharmacy and security detail.
Right, all thanks to these tiny fungal partners.
I love it. What are some specific examples of these endophyte plant partnerships?
Okay, well, one fascinating case is the relationship between tall fescue grass and a specific endophytic fungus. This fungus produces alkaloids that are toxic to grazing animals, protecting the grass from being overgrazed.
Oh, wow. So it's like the fungus gets a safe haven and the grass gets protection from being eaten.
It is a win-win situation, yeah.
It really is.
And there's even evidence suggesting that some endophytes can enhance a plant's tolerance to things like drought and heat stress, which is becoming increasingly important as our climate continues to change.
So it's like they're giving plants an extra layer of resilience, helping them adapt to a more challenging world.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder, how did these relationships even evolve over time?
That's a great question. It's a testament to the power of symbiosis. So these partnerships, they likely evolved over millions of years, both partners constantly adapting to benefit from each other.
That's beautiful.
It's a beautiful example of coevolution in action.
Speaking of incredible partnerships, let's move on to lichens, those colorful patches we often see on rocks and trees.
Yes, let's talk about those.
They've always fascinated me. What exactly is happening in that symbiotic relationship?
Well, lichens, they're truly a marvel of symbiosis. They're a composite organism, actually, formed by the partnership of a fungus and a photosynthetic partner,
Okay.
usually algae or cyanobacteria.
So two completely different organisms coming together to create something entirely new and unique.
That's right.
That is incredible.
And this partnership allows them to thrive in some of the most extreme environments on Earth. From, the scorching heat of deserts to the frigid temperatures of the Arctic tundra. I mean, it's mind-blowing how they can survive where most other organisms wouldn't stand a chance.
It is mind-blowing, yeah. What's their secret?
Well, the key is the division of labor. The fungus provides structure and protection. It's like a tiny house,
Okay.
absorbing moisture from the air, anchoring the lichen to its substrate, while the algae, or cyanobacteria, they act as the solar panels, carrying out photosynthesis, providing energy.
It's like teamwork makes the dream work, each partner bringing its strengths to the table.
Exactly. And together they can conquer environments that would be impossible alone.
It's just incredible how something seemingly so simple can have such a significant impact on an ecosystem.
It is, and it's a good reminder that we often overlook the importance of the seemingly small or insignificant organisms.
Right.
The interconnectedness of nature is truly remarkable, with every organism playing a role, no matter how small.
And these lichens, they're thriving in the face of adversity. It's a testament to the power of collaboration and adaptation.
It is, yeah. Now, shifting gears a bit,
Okay.
let's delve into the world of fungi and insects.
Okay, fungi and insects, I'm ready.
These partnerships, they're equally fascinating, and they really showcase the diverse ways fungi interact with other organisms.
Okay, tell me everything.
Okay, so one of the most well-known examples is the relationship between leafcutter ants and certain fungi.
Leafcutter ants, okay.
These ants are essentially farmers cultivating fungi in their underground gardens,
Whoa.
providing them with chewed-up leaves and other plant material.
So the ants are cultivating fungi as a food source.
That's right, as a food source.
Wow, that's incredible. What do the fungi get out of this arrangement?
Well, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. So the fungi break down that tough plant material,
Okay.
making it digestible for the ants, and the ants in return provide the fungi with food and a safe place to grow.
So it's like they've created their own tiny civilization,
Right.
their own miniature ecosystem within the larger forest.
Exactly. And there are other types of insect-fungus partnerships as well.
Oh, there are. Okay.
So some fungi, they actually live inside the guts of insects, helping them digest wood or other materials that they wouldn't be able to break down on their own.
So it's not just external farming, it's also about internal digestion.
That's right, internal digestion.
So fungi have found a way to partner with insects in incredibly diverse ways.
Incredibly diverse ways, yeah. And these relationships really showcase the incredible range of fungal interactions in nature.
Yeah.
They're not just decomposers, they're partners, they're collaborators, they're farmers even, playing a vital role in that intricate web of life that makes up a forest ecosystem.
That is so cool. It's a great reminder that nature is full of surprises.
It is.
And the more we understand these complex relationships, the deeper our appreciation for the interconnectedness of all living things.
I completely agree.
Now, you mentioned that fungi are not just passive residents in these forests, right?
That's right.
They act as agents of change and adaptation, and I think that's what we're going to explore in the next part of our deep dive.
It is, yeah.
I, for one, can't wait to hear more about how they orchestrate these processes.
It's a fascinating topic. We'll dive deep.
Okay.
I'm excited to share more.
I'm ready for more mind-blowing insights into the fascinating world of fungi.
I'm ready to blow your mind.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
Stay tuned, everybody, for part 2 of our fungal deep dive. We'll be right back after a short break.
We'll see you there. Welcome back to our fungal deep dive.
I am so eager to pick up where we left off. We were just starting to uncover how these incredible organisms act as agents of change and adaptation in forest ecosystems.
Yeah, it's a topic that really highlights their dynamic role,
Yeah.
shaping the world around us.
So let's talk about ecological succession. You mentioned that fungi are the first responders after disturbances like wildfires. What makes them so adept at colonizing those challenging environments?
It's their incredible adaptability. They can tolerate conditions that many other organisms simply can't handle, like areas with limited nutrients, fluctuating temperatures, even exposure to toxins. They can handle it.
So they're like the pioneers of the forest, paving the way for the return of other life forms.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. They're the trailblazers, breaking down that dead wood, the organic matter, releasing those nutrients back into the soil, essentially setting the stage for that next wave of life.
It's fascinating how something we associate with decay is actually so crucial for renewal and growth.
Right. It's all about interconnectedness, these constant cycles of death and rebirth.
Yeah.
And as the ecosystem recovers, different types of fungi come into play, each with its own specialized role in that process.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach?
No, not at all.
There's a whole symphony of fungal activity happening as the forest regenerates.
Exactly. Some fungi specialize in decomposing specific types of organic matter, that wood or leaves,
Okay.
while others form those vital symbiotic partnerships with emerging plants, helping them access the nutrients and water they need to thrive.
So it's like each wave of fungi kind of prepares the ground for the next one,
Yeah.
gradually shaping the forest into a more complex and diverse ecosystem over time.
And this process of ecological succession, it can unfold over decades, even centuries, depending on the scale of the initial disturbance and the surrounding environmental conditions.
It reminds us that nature operates on its own timescale, often much slower than our human perception of time. Patience is key when it comes to witnessing those ecological transformations.
That's a good point, yeah. Now, beyond their role in ecological succession, fungi also exhibit this remarkable adaptability in response to long-term environmental changes.
So they're not just reacting to sudden disturbances like fires or storms.
No.
They're also constantly adjusting to those gradual shifts in the environment that happen over longer periods.
Exactly. They're masters of adaptation, honed over millions of years of evolution to thrive in a wide range of conditions.
That's incredible. What are some examples of how fungi have adapted to survive in those challenging environments?
We'll take, for instance, fungi that thrive in extreme temperatures. Some species can survive in those frigid landscapes of the Arctic tundra, while others withstand the scorching heat of deserts.
It's incredible how life finds a way to adapt to those extremes.
It is, and then there are fungi that have evolved to not only tolerate, but actually break down pollutants in highly contaminated environments.
Right.
Some species can even tackle toxic substances like heavy metals and pesticides.
That's like they've evolved to help us clean up our messes.
In a way, yes. It's a testament to their resilience and their capacity to, adapt and evolve in response to changing conditions, even those caused by human activities.
And this adaptability seems especially crucial in the face of climate change, which is bringing about rapid and often unpredictable shifts in the environment.
Absolutely. Fungi are likely to play a vital role in helping forests adapt to the challenges of a changing climate.
Okay.
Their tolerance to stress, their symbiotic relationships with plants, and their efficiency in decomposing organic matter, all those things will be essential for maintaining forest health and resilience in the years to come.
It's reassuring to know that we have these hidden heroes working beneath the surface, helping forests navigate a changing world.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what they can do. Now, shifting our focus a bit,
Okay.
let's explore how fungi contribute to the remarkable biodiversity we find in forests.
I'm always in awe of the sheer variety of life in a forest,
Yeah.
from the towering trees to the tiny insects. I'm curious to hear about the role fungi play in shaping that diversity.
Well, one way they contribute is through their symbiotic partnerships with plants. As we discussed earlier, those mycorrhizal fungi form intricate networks connecting tree roots, facilitating communication and resource sharing.
Right, the wood wide web.
Exactly, the wood wide web. And these networks, they can connect multiple trees, even those of different species, creating this complex web of interdependence beneath the forest floor.
So it's not just about individual trees, it's about a whole community interconnected through those fungal networks.
That's right, a whole community.
That's amazing. What impact does that have on the forest's diversity?
Well, this interconnectedness, it's key to supporting a wider range of plant species. By sharing resources and even communicating through chemical signals transmitted via the fungal network, trees can cooperate and support each other's survival.
So it's almost as if the forest has its own underground communication system thanks to those fungal networks.
Yeah, you could say that.
That's incredible. So these mycorrhizal networks, they create a more favorable environment for diverse plant species to thrive.
That's right.
And that plant diversity then supports a greater variety of insects, birds, and other organisms.
Right. So by supporting plants, fungi indirectly support the whole web of life that depends on those plants for food and shelter.
Exactly. The health of the fungal network is intrinsically linked to the overall health and diversity of the entire forest ecosystem.
It is, yeah. And it's a powerful reminder that everything in nature is connected, and that by protecting these often hidden fungal networks, we're protecting the entire web of life above ground.
That's a beautiful thought. Now, beyond those symbiotic partnerships, fungi also influence forest diversity through their role in decomposition, right?
They do, yeah. Because as decomposers break down dead wood and organic matter, they're not just creating space for new plants to grow, but they're also releasing nutrients that enrich the soil.
Right, right. And what's fascinating is that different types of fungi specialize in decomposing different types of organic matter.
They do, yeah.
So it's not just about clearing space, it's about creating a patchwork of diverse habitats within the forest.
That's a great way to put it. And this diversity of habitats, it's essential for supporting a wide range of plant and animal species, contributing to that overall biodiversity of the forest ecosystem.
It's amazing how something as seemingly simple as decomposition can have such a profound impact on the complexity and richness of a forest.
It is, and it's not just the physical process of breaking down organic matter that matters. Fungi also play a vital role in nutrient cycling.
Right, they're releasing those essential nutrients back into the soil, making them available for other organisms to use.
Exactly, they're like nature's recyclers,
I like that.
ensuring that those valuable nutrients don't go to waste, but are instead made available to fuel new life.
So they're like the invisible architects of the forest, shaping the landscape and influencing the distribution of life in ways we're only beginning to understand.
That's a great analogy. Now, let's delve into how fungi are helping forests adapt to the challenges of a changing climate, particularly in the face of climate change.
This is a topic I'm particularly interested in. Given their adaptability, I'm hopeful that fungi might hold some keys to helping forests weather these uncertain times.
I share your optimism. As we've discussed, they're incredibly adaptable, honed by millions of years of evolution to tolerate a wide range of environmental conditions, and this adaptability is going to be crucial as forests face, rising temperatures, shifting rainfall patterns, and an increase in disturbances like droughts and wildfires.
It is a sobering thought, but knowing that we have these resilient organisms working beneath the surface offers a glimmer of hope.
It does, and fungi are likely to play a critical role in helping forests adapt to these challenges.
Okay.
And they do so in several ways. Firstly, their symbiotic relationships with plants, especially mycorrhizal fungi, can help trees cope with stress.
So those fungal partners can provide a buffer against the negative effects of climate change on trees.
Precisely. For instance, mycorrhizal fungi can help trees access water more efficiently during droughts, boosting their chances of survival.
It's like they're providing a lifeline to those trees, helping them through those tough times.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just about drought tolerance. Some fungi can also help trees cope with heat stress and nutrient deficiencies, bolstering their resilience in the face of a changing climate.
It's like having a microscopic support system, always there to help trees through those challenging times.
Always there, yeah. And secondly, fungi can play a crucial role in shaping the composition of plant communities as climate conditions change.
Okay.
Certain plant species may be better suited to the new environment while others struggle to survive. And fungi, through their symbiotic relationships and their influence on decomposition, can influence which plant species are able to thrive.
So they can help shift the balance in favor of the more resilient species, the ones better equipped to handle a changing climate.
Exactly. And this ability to influence plant communities, it's vital for maintaining the overall health and function of forests as the climate continues to change.
It's reassuring to know that these incredible organisms are working behind the scenes, playing such a crucial role in helping forests adapt and survive in a changing world. Now, I'm really intrigued by how we as humans are beginning to tap into the power of fungal networks for our own benefit.
Yeah, it's an area ripe with potential, especially when it comes to creating a more sustainable future.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, well, one area where fungi are showing incredible promise is mycoremediation, the use of fungi to clean up polluted environments.
Ah, it's like harnessing nature's own cleanup crew to address the messes we've created.
Exactly. Certain fungi are incredibly efficient at breaking down pollutants, including those nasty heavy metals, pesticides, and even hydrocarbons from oil spills. They're like tiny environmental superheroes.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
Yeah.
So how does mycoremediation work in practice?
Well, these remarkable fungi, they produce a variety of enzymes.
Okay.
And some of these enzymes are specifically designed to break down those complex pollutants into less harmful substances.
Wow.
They can also absorb pollutants into their tissues, essentially removing them from the environment.
So it's a two-pronged approach, breaking down those harmful substances and also absorbing them, removing them from the equation altogether.
That's right. And what's truly amazing about mycoremediation is that it's a natural, sustainable approach to cleaning up pollution. It doesn't rely on harsh chemicals or energy-intensive processes, which is a win for the environment and a testament to the power of working with nature.
It's like using nature's own technology to solve our environmental problems. What are some real-world examples of where mycoremediation has been successful?
Well, it's been used to clean up a range of contaminated sites, from former industrial sites and abandoned mines to areas affected by oil spills. It's a testament to the versatility of fungi and their potential for environmental remediation.
That's fantastic. It's inspiring to see how we can partner with nature to heal the damage we've caused. Beyond cleaning up our messes, how else are fungi being utilized in this sustainable way?
Sustainable agriculture is another area where fungi are playing an increasingly important role.
Right, we touched on that earlier. I'm eager to hear more about how fungi can help us grow food in a way that's both productive and environmentally friendly.
So imagine a world where we could rely less on synthetic fertilizers, which can have detrimental effects on soil health and water quality.
Yeah.
Fungi can help us get there.
Okay.
As we've talked about, those mycorrhizal fungi, they form symbiotic relationships with plant roots, enhancing their ability to absorb nutrients, essentially acting as natural biofertilizers.
Right, it's like giving plants a natural boost, helping them thrive without the need for those harmful chemical inputs.
Exactly. It's about working with nature's inherent systems rather than trying to override them.
And in addition to their role as biofertilizers, fungi can also act as biopesticides, can't they?
That's right. Certain types of fungi produce compounds that are toxic to insects or other pests that can damage crops.
Okay.
These fungi can be introduced into agricultural systems to naturally control pest populations, reducing our reliance on chemical pesticides.
So it's like having nature's own pest control system, protecting our crops without the harmful side effects of those synthetic chemicals.
And these biopesticides, they often have the advantage of being more target-specific than chemical pesticides, meaning they're less likely to harm beneficial insects or other organisms.
It's just like a win-win situation for both the environment and the farmer.
It is. It's a win-win. Now, beyond their contributions to agriculture, fungi are also being explored for their potential in producing biodegradable materials, offering sustainable alternatives to plastics and other non-renewable resources.
Oh, this is where things get really innovative. Tell me more about how fungi can be used to create these sustainable materials.
The key is mycelium, the vegetative part of a fungus that forms those intricate networks we've been discussing.
Right.
Mycelium can be grown into a variety of shapes and forms, essentially molding it into different products.
So you can essentially grow materials using fungi.
That's right, you can.
That's mind-blowing.
And the properties of these mycelium-based materials are truly remarkable.
Okay.
They're lightweight, yet strong, and incredibly, they're biodegradable.
Wow, so they have the potential to replace plastics and other materials that are polluting our planet.
That's the hope.
That's incredible. So mycelium-based materials, are they being used now for anything?
They are, yeah. They've already been used to create packaging materials, insulation for buildings, and even furniture. It's a rapidly evolving field with tremendous potential for creating a more sustainable future.
It's incredible to think that we can grow materials using fungi, tapping into a renewable and sustainable resource.
It is, and the applications of fungi in biotechnology don't stop there.
They don't. Okay.
Scientists are also exploring fungal compounds for their potential medicinal properties.
Oh, wow.
And fungi are even being used to produce biofuels.
It seems like the potential of fungi is just beginning to be unlocked.
It really does, yeah. Now, this brings us back to the concept of regenerative and permaculture farming.
Right, right.
Those approaches that aim to create sustainable and resilient agricultural systems that work in harmony with nature.
So as we discussed earlier, in those systems, The focus is on building healthy soil as the foundation for a thriving ecosystem.
Yeah, and as we've discussed throughout our deep dive, fungi are absolutely essential for soil health.
They're the master decomposers,
Yeah.
the nutrient cyclers, the creators of that intricate web of life beneath the surface.
Exactly. By incorporating fungi into their farming practices, regenerative and permaculture farmers can enhance soil fertility, improve water retention, and create a more resilient ecosystem overall.
Okay, so what are some specific ways that fungi can be integrated into these types of farming systems?
Well, one technique we touched upon earlier is building those hugelkultur beds,
Right,
where you bury wood inoculated with fungi to create long-lasting fertility.
right. Like creating a slow-release natural fertilizer that also improves the soil structure.
That's right. And another approach is using those fungal compost teas,
Okay.
which introduce beneficial fungi directly to the soil, boosting its microbial life and enhancing nutrient cycling.
It's like giving the soil a probiotic boost, supporting those beneficial microorganisms that are so crucial for healthy plant growth.
That's a good way to think about it. And beyond those specific techniques, simply promoting mycorrhizal networks by planting a diverse mix of plants can have a huge positive impact on soil health.
Right, because the more diverse the plant community, the more diverse the fungal community beneath the surface,
Exactly.
leading to healthier, more resilient soil.
Absolutely. It's all about creating balance and fostering those interconnected relationships that are the foundation of a thriving ecosystem.
And by working with fungi in these ways, regenerative and permaculture farmers can create agricultural systems that are not only productive, but also sustainable and beneficial for the environment as a whole.
That's the goal.
It's inspiring to see how we can harness the power of nature to grow food in a way that nourishes both people and the planet. Now, let's take a closer look at some specific examples of how fungi are being used in regenerative and permaculture systems around the world.
All right, let's do that.
I'm always fascinated by real-world examples of how these concepts are being put into practice.
Yeah, me too. Well, one inspiring example is the use of fungi in restoring degraded landscapes. Think of areas that have been damaged by mining, deforestation, or erosion.
It's heartbreaking to see those landscapes stripped of life. So how can fungi help bring life back to those damaged ecosystems?
Well, certain types of fungi are particularly adept at colonizing disturbed areas. They can help stabilize the soil, preventing further erosion, and they can start breaking down pollutants, paving the way for other life to return.
It's like they're the first responders arriving on the scene to start the healing process.
That's a good analogy. By introducing specific types of fungi, restoration practitioners can accelerate the recovery process and promote the establishment of native plant species, helping those ecosystems regain their vitality.
It's a powerful example of how we can work with nature to heal the damage we've caused. What are some other real-world examples of fungi in action?
Another inspiring example is the use of fungi in agroforestry systems, which involve integrating trees into agricultural landscapes.
Well, I've heard a lot about the benefits of agroforestry. How do fungi contribute to those systems?
Well, in agroforestry systems, trees and crops are grown together, mimicking the structure of a natural forest.
Okay.
And this creates a more diverse and resilient ecosystem.
Right, and fungi play a key role in those systems, right? They
Yep.
support the health of both the trees and the crops.
That's right. Mycorrhizal fungi form those beneficial partnerships with the roots of both trees and crops, helping them access nutrients and water more efficiently.
I see.
And this improves the overall health and productivity of the system.
It's like having a shared underground network that benefits all the plants in the system.
Exactly. And in addition to their symbiotic role, fungi also contribute to soil health in agroforestry systems by breaking down organic matter and creating a more stable soil structure,
Right.
which is essential for healthy plant growth.
That makes sense. It's another fantastic example of how working with fungi can create a more sustainable and resilient agricultural system.
It is, and agroforestry systems, they've been shown to have multiple benefits, including increasing biodiversity, sequestering carbon from the atmosphere, and improving water quality.
That's fantastic.
It's a holistic approach to land management that recognizes the interconnectedness of all living things.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about a more unconventional use of fungi, their role in creating sustainable building materials.
Yeah, that's a fascinating and rapidly growing field full of exciting potential.
I'm eager to hear more about how fungi can be used to build structures. It sounds like something out of a science fiction novel.
It might sound futuristic, but it's becoming increasingly real. As we touched upon earlier, Mycelium, the vegetative part of a fungus, can be grown into a variety of shapes and forms, essentially molding it into building blocks.
So you can essentially grow a building using fungi.
You can, it's pretty amazing.
That's mind-blowing. And what's even more remarkable is that these mycelium-based building materials, they have all these incredible properties.
They do. They're lightweight, yet incredibly strong.
Wow.
And they offer excellent insulation and soundproofing.
It sounds like the ideal building material.
It really does. And on top of all that, they're fire resistant and biodegradable.
So they're not only sustainable during their lifespan, but they also decompose naturally at the end of their use, returning to the earth. It's a truly circular approach to construction.
It is, yeah. Mycelium-based building materials have already been used to create a variety of structures, from small shelters to larger buildings, and the potential for this technology is enormous.
So how are these structures actually built? What's the process of using mycelium as a building material?
Well, typically mycelium is grown in molds, using agricultural waste products like straw or sawdust as a substrate.
So it's a sustainable process right from the start, utilizing materials that would otherwise be discarded.
Exactly. And once the mycelium has fully colonized the substrate, it can be dried and shaped into the desired building component.
Okay.
It's a natural, low-energy process that produces a remarkably versatile material.
It's incredible to think that we can essentially grow buildings using fungi. What are some of the key advantages of using mycelium-based building materials over traditional materials like concrete or wood?
Well, for starters, they're much more sustainable. Mycelium is a renewable resource that can be grown relatively quickly and easily,
Right.
and it relies on waste products as a substrate. It's a closed-loop system that minimizes environmental impact.
And they decompose naturally at the end of their life cycle, unlike concrete, which can persist in landfills for centuries.
Exactly. And in addition to their sustainability, mycelium-based building materials offer superior insulation and soundproofing properties compared to traditional materials.
Oh, wow.
They can help us create buildings that are more energy efficient and comfortable to live in.
And since they're lightweight, they're easier to transport and assemble, which can reduce the overall carbon footprint of construction projects.
That's right. And as research and development in this field continues, we can expect to see even more innovative applications of mycelium in building and design. It's a promising area with the potential to revolutionize the construction industry.
It's truly inspiring to see how we can partner with nature to create a more sustainable and resilient built environment. Now, let's shift our focus to another area where fungi are making a significant impact: bioremediation and wastewater treatment.
It's an area that often goes unnoticed, but it's crucial for addressing some of our most pressing environmental challenges.
I'm eager to hear how these tiny organisms are helping us clean up our water and our planet.
So certain types of fungi have this remarkable ability to break down pollutants and toxins, including those found in wastewater and contaminated soil.
So they're not just helping to restore damaged ecosystems, they're also helping to clean up the pollution we've created.
They are, and what's remarkable is that fungal bioremediation offers a more sustainable and environmentally friendly approach compared to traditional methods that often involve harsh chemicals or energy-intensive processes.
So it's yet another example of how working with nature can lead to more effective and sustainable solutions.
It is. So how does fungal bioremediation actually work? What's the process behind their pollution-busting powers?
Well, as we've discussed, fungi produce a wide range of enzymes, and some of these enzymes are specifically designed to break down those complex pollutants into less harmful substances.
They are. It's like they have a specialized toolkit for dismantling those environmental toxins.
That's a great way to put it. And in addition to breaking down pollutants, some fungi can also absorb those toxins into their tissues, effectively removing them from the environment.
Exactly. So it's a two-pronged approach, similar to mycoremediation, but with a focus on water and soil.
Right.
And fungal bioremediation has been successfully employed to clean up a wide range of contaminated sites, from former industrial areas and agricultural fields to even sewage treatment plants.
It's remarkable to think that these tiny organisms can have such a big impact on cleaning up our environment.
It is, and in wastewater treatment plants, for instance, fungi can help remove pollutants like heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, and even pathogens from the water.
Wow, so they're not only cleaning up the environment, they're also helping to protect public health.
Exactly. And one of the key advantages of using fungi in wastewater treatment is that they can be grown using a variety of waste products as a substrate, making it a very cost-effective approach.
It's a win-win situation for both the environment and our wallets. Now let's delve into another fascinating area of fungal research, one that draws inspiration from nature's ingenuity: biomimicry and bio-inspired design.
Those are great examples, yeah.
I'm not familiar with those terms. Could you explain what they mean?
Sure. So, biomimicry, in essence, is the practice of learning from and imitating nature's designs and processes to solve human problems.
Okay.
It's about looking to nature for inspiration and guidance in designing innovative solutions.
So it's about recognizing that nature has already solved many of the challenges we face and learning from those solutions.
Exactly. And fungi, with their unique structures, properties, and abilities, they offer a wealth of inspiration for bio-inspired design.
That makes sense. What are some specific examples of how fungi have inspired bio-inspired design?
Okay, well, one fascinating example is the development of self-healing materials.
Self-healing materials.
Yeah, inspired by the way fungal mycelium can repair itself. Imagine a material that can heal its own cracks or tears, just like a living organism.
Wow, that would be revolutionary for creating more durable and sustainable products.
It would, and another inspiring example is the development of decentralized networks, taking inspiration from the way fungal mycelium forms those interconnected networks we've been discussing.
Right, so it's about applying the principles of those intricate fungal networks to design more resilient and adaptable systems.
Exactly. Decentralized networks like those found in fungal mycelium, they're inherently more resistant to disruptions and can adapt more readily to changing conditions.
This concept could have applications in various fields, from designing more robust transportation systems to creating more adaptable computer networks.
It could, and as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the fungal kingdom, we can expect to see even more bio-inspired innovations emerge, drawing upon the wisdom of these remarkable organisms.
That's exciting. It's truly inspiring to think that these often overlooked organisms can provide us with such valuable insights and solutions. Now, shifting our focus to a broader perspective, let's explore the cultural and spiritual significance of fungi in human societies throughout history.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective.
Tell me more about how fungi have been viewed and used in different cultures throughout history.
Well, fungi, they've held a prominent place in human cultures for millennia.
Okay.
From their use as food and medicine to their symbolic significance in art, religion, and mythology, they've always held a certain mystique for humans.
Yeah, their sudden appearance, often in unexpected places, their diverse forms and colors, and even their sometimes toxic nature have all contributed to their cultural and spiritual significance, haven't they?
They have, yeah. They've been seen as both beneficial and dangerous, mysterious and magical. Now, let's start with their use as food.
Okay.
You know, certain types of mushrooms have been prized as culinary delicacies for centuries.
They have truffles, morels, chanterelles. Those are names that conjure up images of gourmet dishes and exquisite flavors.
They do, and these mushrooms, they're highly sought after for their unique flavors and textures. And the fact that they often grow in association with specific trees, sometimes hidden beneath the forest floor, that only adds to their mystique and value.
It's a reminder of the interconnectedness of nature and the delicate balance that allows these prize fungi to flourish.
It is. Now, beyond their culinary uses, mushrooms have also been used for medicinal purposes for thousands of years. Traditional medicine systems around the world have long recognized the healing properties of certain mushrooms.
What are some examples of those medicinal mushrooms and their traditional uses?
Well, reishi mushrooms, for instance, have been used in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries
Okay.
as a tonic to boost the immune system and promote relaxation and well-being.
Yeah, their popularity is growing in the West as people seek natural ways to support their health.
It is, and another fascinating example is lion's mane mushroom,
Okay.
which is traditionally believed to have cognitive enhancing properties and may even offer protection against neurodegenerative diseases.
Wow, so it's incredible to see how modern scientific research is starting to validate some of those traditional uses of medicinal mushrooms.
It is, it's really fascinating. Now, beyond their practical uses as food and medicine, fungi have also played a significant role in art, religion, and mythology.
I'm always fascinated by the symbolism associated with fungi in different cultures. What are some of the common themes that emerge?
Well, in many cultures, mushrooms have been associated with magic, mystery, and the supernatural.
Okay.
You know, their ability to appear suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, and their often bizarre shapes and colors have fueled those beliefs.
Right, and we can't forget about the psychedelic properties of certain mushrooms, which have played a role in spiritual and religious practices in various cultures.
Absolutely. Some mushrooms contain psychoactive compounds that can induce altered states of consciousness, and these have been used in shamanistic rituals for centuries, to facilitate spiritual exploration, connect with the spirit world, or seek guidance from ancestors.
It's fascinating to see how fungi have been used to bridge the gap between the material and spiritual realms in different cultures.
It is, yeah. And in some cultures, mushrooms are even seen as symbols of fertility and abundance.
That makes sense. Their rapid growth, their ability to decompose organic matter and return nutrients to the soil, it all contributes to this association with life and renewal, doesn't it?
It does, exactly. Fungi embody the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all living things and the constant flow of energy and matter in the natural world.
It's a powerful message that we can all learn from. As we continue to explore the world of fungi, we gain a deeper appreciation for their multifaceted roles in human societies, from their practical uses to their profound symbolic significance.
I agree. It's amazing how much we can learn from them. Now, in the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
we're going to explore the future of fungal research and the exciting possibilities that lie ahead.
I can't wait. We'll delve into the cutting-edge technologies and innovative approaches that are shaping the field of fungal ecology, unlocking the potential of these remarkable organisms to create a more sustainable and resilient future.
That's what we'll do. Stay tuned for more fascinating insights into the world of fungi. We'll be right back after a short break.
Welcome back to our final exploration of the fungal world.
You know, in the last two parts, we've covered so much ground, from those symbiotic partnerships to their role in ecological succession.
Yeah, we really have.
But I'm especially excited about this part because we get to look ahead to the future of fungal research.
It's a future brimming with possibilities.
It really is. It feels like we're just beginning to scratch the surface of what we can learn from these incredible organisms.
Oh, absolutely. You know, with the help of some cutting-edge technologies like genomics and bioinformatics, we're really poised to make some groundbreaking discoveries. Okay, those are some big words, genomics and bioinformatics. For those of us who aren't scientists, could you break it down for us? What do these tools allow us to do, and how are they changing our understanding of fungi?
Sure. So genomics, it allows us to read the entire genetic blueprint of a fungus.
Wow.
It's like having access to its source code, understanding its DNA down to the last detail.
So we can peek into the very essence of what makes a fungus tick.
Exactly. And from this genetic deep dive, we can uncover so much, like the genes responsible for producing valuable compounds.
Oh, yeah?
Things like antibiotics or enzymes that can break down pollutants.
Right, so these are the things that could really benefit humanity, right?
Absolutely. And genomics also allows us to study the genetic diversity within fungal populations, which is crucial for understanding their resilience and their potential for adapting to a changing world.
Okay, so that's genomics. What about bioinformatics? Where does that come in?
Well, bioinformatics helps us make sense of the massive amounts of data generated by genomics. You know, imagine trying to read through millions of pages of genetic code. It would be overwhelming.
That's a lot of data.
It is, but bioinformatics provides the tools and algorithms to sift through this data, identify patterns, and extract meaningful insights.
So it's like having a superpowered search engine for fungal DNA.
Exactly. With these tools at our disposal, we're really entering a golden age of fungal research.
That's so exciting. What are some of the most exciting applications on the horizon?
Well, one area that holds tremendous promise is personalized medicine using fungal compounds. Imagine a future where treatments are tailored to an individual's genetic makeup, leading to more effective and targeted therapies.
So it's about moving away from that one-size-fits-all approach to healthcare and using fungi to create more precise and personalized treatments.
Precisely. And fungi, with their incredible diversity of compounds, they could play a key role in this revolution.
This is incredible. What other possibilities are you excited about?
Well, as we've discussed, fungi are proving to be incredibly valuable for bioremediation and environmental restoration. Genomics and bioinformatics can help us identify the fungal species that are best suited for cleaning up specific pollutants, allowing us to create a more targeted approach to environmental cleanup.
So it's like having a specialized cleanup crew for each type of pollution. Amazing. What else? Beyond bioremediation, what other applications are on the horizon?
Well, the potential of fungi in sustainable agriculture is truly vast, and these technologies are helping us optimize those applications. We can identify the most effective fungal partners for different crops. Develop biofertilizers and biopesticides that are tailored to specific needs, and even enhance the nutritional content of our food.
So it sounds like fungi could play a crucial role in creating a more sustainable and equitable food system. What about the challenges? I mean, what are some of the hurdles we need to overcome to fully realize the potential of fungal research?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is the sheer diversity of the fungal kingdom. With millions of species out there, we've only scratched the surface of understanding their biology and ecology.
Right.
It's like exploring a vast and uncharted wilderness.
So how do we accelerate our understanding of this hidden kingdom? What steps can we take to unlock those secrets?
Well, increased funding for fungal research is essential. Historically, fungi have been somewhat neglected compared to plants and animals.
Right, they kind of fly under the radar.
They do, but we need more resources to conduct research, train the next generation of mycologists, and develop the tools and technologies needed to really explore this fascinating realm.
It's about recognizing the importance of fungi and investing in the research that will unlock their full potential.
Exactly, and collaboration is key. Fungal research requires expertise from diverse fields, including genomics, ecology, chemistry, and engineering.
So we need to bring those folks together.
We do. We need to break down those silos between disciplines and foster a more collaborative approach to research.
It's about bringing together the brightest minds from different fields to tackle these complex challenges. What about the public? I mean, beyond the scientific community, what role can the public play in supporting fungal research?
Well, public awareness is crucial. The more people understand the importance of fungi, the more support there will be for research and conservation efforts. Citizen science projects, where volunteers help collect data on fungal diversity, can be a great way to engage the public and contribute to scientific knowledge.
Okay, so it's about igniting a passion for fungi in the hearts and minds of people everywhere. What are some specific things that our listeners can do to connect with the fungal world and contribute to this exciting field?
Well, joining a local mycological society is a great way to connect with fellow enthusiasts, learn about fungi, and participate in forays. There are also many excellent books and online resources for those who want to delve deeper into the subject.
Okay, so there are resources out there.
There are, and of course, spending time in nature, observing fungi in their natural habitats is one of the best ways to foster a sense of wonder and appreciation.
Absolutely. It's about opening our eyes to the beauty and complexity of the fungal kingdom, which is often hidden in plain sight.
It is.
Well, as we wrap up our deep dive, what final thoughts would you like to leave our listeners with?
I want to emphasize that fungi are essential partners in creating a healthier and more sustainable future. They're not just decomposers, they're connectors, creators, and innovators.
I love it.
And by understanding and respecting the intricate roles they play in our ecosystems and embracing their potential, we can unlock solutions to some of humanity's greatest challenges, from climate change to food security.
It's been an incredible journey into the fascinating world of fungi, and I hope our listeners have emerged with a newfound appreciation for these often overlooked organisms. The next time you're walking through a forest, take a moment to appreciate that hidden kingdom beneath your feet, a world teeming with life, connection, and possibility.
It's a world worth exploring, for sure.
It really is. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of fungi.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.